3.2, we have an information box. It says the gate at the college has the following dimensions: height equals 2,08 meters and length equals 3,5 meters. 3.2.1, calculate the perimeter of the gate. So perimeter is the distance around the shape. So if you picture the gate, you'll realize if you had to walk around the gate or move your finger around the gate, you'll realize that you have one length, one height, another length, and another height. That completes the movement around the shape, which is the gate in this case. So if you add up all those, just as you moved your hand around the gate, you'll realize that it will be a length, which is 2,08, plus a height 3,5, plus another length, which is 2,08, and plus another height, which is 3,5. Adding all that up, and we'll arrive at 11,16 meters. 3.2.2, calculate the area occupied by the gate. You may use the following formula: area is equal to length times height. Now both these dimensions have been given to us, the length and the height. So we multiply them through. It will be 3,5 meters times 2,08 meters, and our answer for the area will be 7,28 meter squared. Question 4, we have Jane and Tom are the newlyweds. They plan to build a house using the floor plan and elevations shown in Annexure A in the addendum. The addendum consists of annexures which you will use for particular questions. In this case, they've directed you to Annexure A, and if you look at the additional addendum given to you, you'll find that they are floor plans with elevations, and this is in relation to question 4. So you'll use this in answering your questions. So looking at 4.1, we have how many bedrooms are shown on the floor plan. A fairly simple question to be answered. You notice the floor plan already has labels, and there is bedroom, bedroom 2, and bedroom 3. So altogether your answer would be 3 bedrooms. 4.2, the elevations are numbered from 1 to 4. Match the elevation with the correct number. Example, west elevation number 3. What we need to do here is look at the north sign that's indicated on your annexure page. You'll see that north faces above, and you will use your answers in relation to this. When you're choosing your elevations, the elevations face that direction. So if you look at the north elevation, you look at the floor plan. On your floor plan, the side that faces the north will be our north elevation. Now if you look at your drawings, and if you stand on the side that faces the north and you look at it, you will notice that side 2 is that part you will be looking at, the one that would be facing the north. Then you look at the south elevation. If you stand at the bottom and you look at the house and the side that's facing the north, you will see that it is side 1 that will be facing you. So if you look at the next one, which is west elevation, and you stand on the west side of the house and you see the side that's facing the west, and you'll see our answer will be side 4, because there is a little roof that sticks out, and you can notice it's on side 4. If you look at the last one, which is the east elevation, you will notice that there is a side 3 that would be the answer, because this would be the one that you would be looking at if you stood on the east and that part was facing you. It would be side 3. So obviously the side of the roof, if you were standing on the east and facing that part of the house, that side would be facing you, then the roof part would be on your left hand side. 4.3, is this plan for a single or double story house? Now there are two possible ways you could get this answer. If you look at the annexure, you'll notice there are 2 separate floor plans, and that would give you an indication that there are 2 floors. If you look at the elevations, you will notice there's windows at the bottom and there's windows at the top. So this indicates that it is a double-story house. 4.4. The actual length of the northern wall is 20 meters. Calculate the length of the floor plan. Looking at this question, we find the keyword actual. And this reminds us of the method in which we write down our scales. Scales are normally written as map is to actual distance. So this is what they are testing in this particular question. And if you look at your annexure, you will notice a scale given to you, which is 1:250. So you have map is to reality 1:250. And then you will use this in order to answer the question. Always we start off with what's given, and in this case what's given is the scale. It will be 1:250. And then remember, they've given us the actual length. So then we have 20 meters. Now remember, the 20 meters will have to be on the side that's actual, because when you're writing your scale, it's map is to actual distance. So it'll be 1:250. So it'll be map is to 250. The map will be 1. The actual will be 250. So in this case, if you look at the question, you have 20 meters, which is an actual distance. So you will have to put that under that heading. And the other one will be X. And obviously you need to calculate the length of the floor plan, which is the map distance. Now that we've understood which columns we are working with, we need to understand that when the scale is given to us, it is 1 centimeter is equal to 250 centimeters on the ground. But remember, our information given to us in the question is in meters. So we need to work in the same units. So we'll have to change the meters, the 20 meters, into centimeters. So remember, we need to do this in order to work with the same units. So 20 meters converted to centimeters, there are 100 centimeters that make up 1 meter. So remember, we are going from big to small, meaning meters to centimeters. So that's big to small. So we multiply. So 20 meters times 100 will give 2000 centimeters. So we will use this. So now that we know this, we will slot it properly into our cross multiplication method, which will be map is to reality. It will be 1:250. And remember, the 2000 centimeter will fall under the 250 column, and then you will cross multiply. Once you cross multiply, your answer will look like this. It would be 2000 divided by 250, and your final answer will be 8 centimeters. And remember, this is the measurement on the floor plan. 4.5. How many doors are found on the first floor? Now if you look at the headings, there is ground floor and there is first floor. Both these are plans, but our focus is on the first floor. And if you count the doors, you remember from your grade 9 work as well, and especially from previous years work, you should by now know the symbol for a door, and it is a slight curve drawn on the floor plan. And once you count this off, you'll notice that there are 5 doors on first floor plan. 4.6. Give the compass direction of the kitchen from the garage. Now notice, compass direction means that we have to take note of the north direction shown on the annexure page. Now using this as our reference, the north faces up. And remember, there's something we must look at on the floor plan for the ground floor, that the kitchen, although written on the top, there is an arrow that indicates that the kitchen is towards the bottom. So if you look at the question, it states give the compass direction of the kitchen from the garage. Now the key word there is from. From means you'll be standing in the garage. So from the garage, if you were standing in the garage, that means the kitchen would be on your right hand side. And we know from the north, south, west and east, the right hand side, if we face north, the right hand side will be east. So the kitchen is towards the east of the garage. So therefore your answer is east. 4.7. Which symbol represents a door on the floor plan? We've just explained this in 4.5 when we looked at the number of doors. It is basically a repeat question testing the same principle of doors. So if you look at 4.7, the symbol for the door is the curve. You could either draw the curve or you could write quarter circle. Due to time, I will move straight to 5.2, and let's see the information that's given to us. Jane analyzes the NSC final examination marks for mathematical literacy. at school in 2019. To pass, one must achieve level 2 upwards. 10 learners achieved level 1 and 142 achieved level 2 upwards. She organizes levels according to the table below, and you'll notice that there is a table showing you the number of learners and their levels. And 5.2.1 states, calculate the total number of learners who wrote the mathematical literacy final examination. In answering this here, there is a table that shows you the different levels and the number of learners. So all we have to do is add up those learners in each level. It will be 10 plus 61 plus 35 plus 25 plus 11 plus 8 and plus 2. And this brings us to our final answer, 152 learners in total. 5.2.2, calculate the pass percentage of Jane's learners. Now, if you remember in the information box, it states there, to pass, one must achieve level 2 upwards. So we need to look at the amount of learners that achieved level 2 and upwards. So if you look at the information in the box, 142 learners achieved level 2 upwards. So taking that information, the 142, over the total amount of learners, which we've just done in 5.2.1, we worked it out to be 152. So we present 142 over 152 times 100 over 1, which because of percentage, the question requires percentage, and our answer will be 93.4%. Boys and girls, we are approaching our last minute in this broadcast, but I'd like to take the opportunity of thanking you all for being patient and going through the paper. And I know that while we went through the paper, even though we haven't finished it, there is ample things that you can use and apply in your upcoming exams, and concepts you can apply. Remember, the questions may change, but the concepts and the approaches to the questions don't change. So you can apply what you've learned. And although we haven't finished the paper, you have your teachers and your tutors to guide you along. Remember, don't be afraid to ask for help. And especially learners, at all times, try not to leave blanks in the paper. Try to attempt the answers so you can get marks. Remember, I always tell my learners, and this is my favorite slogan, is that part marks leads to pass marks. So you put in a little bit of effort, you put in a little bit of working, and you'll find that you will reap the rewards. But try your best not to leave blanks in those papers. I want to thank you once again, and remember, our prayers are with you. Don't stress, and you can do this. Just remember, you put in your effort and you will reap the rewards. We wish you all the best, 2020 learners. Thank you.